Yo, what is going on, my fellow sea serpents? And to anyone watching this video who's not a sea serpent, become a sea serpent today by subscribing. After this shameless promotion went off, the two items that you want to get, I'm gonna show you this in a jungle practice, right? The two items you want to start off with. Typically, you'll be doing this in a conquest. You can get any relic. You want to defaultly get Mannequin Scepter and the Star of Kronos Pendant. You'll get a couple of mana potions and health potions. But really, what you want to do is you want to get these two items to begin with right off the bat and upgrade your level 1 right away. Your level 1 is your main damage dealing thing, and this is how you do a ridiculous amount of tick damage. Right now I'm going to show you how much damage we do early game. It's obviously not going to be too much, but we do 41 damage on top of 11 tick on top of 64 damage with her thing, which is really good, especially if you keep hitting them with basics. That's insanely good. I made myself to level 5 right here. Usually when you're level 5, you'll have your first item right away. Always go Chronos Pendant. You want that early game cooldown. It's fucking insane. You start dealing out a lot more damage instead of rushing out other items. If there's a different order, go for it. Right here, my basics are doing 58, and now I'm doing 5 to 10 to 14 for my tick damage. Now, your 2 also does more tick damage, so always make sure you're proccing that on people. And honestly, Sylvanus' ult is probably his most OP thing about him. Right here, you can see that I'm doing a lot of tick damage on top of regular basic attack damage. Usually, you'll be able to clear a lot. My level 1 does 130, and my ult, look at that tick on my ult. That's insane. You have to keep doing it, especially if you keep hitting it with AoE. Now, I leveled myself up to level 8. As you can see, I hard rushed my 1. I accidentally used my level 2 here. I don't know why the hell fuck I did that. And I have Polynomicon. Polynomicon is going to make you deal so much early game damage. It's going to be ridiculous. So, 76 without it. Boom, 89 basic attack damage, which is insane for Sylvanus to constantly be hitting them. I do 200 and something damage with my 1, which is really good. And look at all the tick damage. I'm doing like 22 damage per tick. And now I think it goes 3 or 4 ticks. So it stacks on top of it. So if you keep hitting them with that, you're constant ticking them. The 2 also does like initially 60 damage for ticks, and then it goes like to 30, which is absolutely insane. For this build, you need to get one of the rings. I prefer to typically go with Telekai rings because I think it gets rid of their defense on it, and it gives you more power, which is insane. It makes my basics go to 92, and I'm constantly hitting them. With Poly hit, I'm doing 114 after that, which is fucking ludicrous. Like, holy shit. After an ability, I do 114, I do 240. Look at all this tick right now. I don't even need to explain to you. This is insane just to see early game. Especially most people don't expect Sylvanus to build like that. They expect them to build health. But if you're a good player, you don't need to build health when you can just completely wipe out the team. The only downside to Sylvanus is honestly the fact that he doesn't have an escape, which is a big deal to most people because an escape, but if you're smart about everything, you can keep out of range, you can pull people towards you, and most team fights you can actually just win by doing your ult and then just rooting them and murdering them. Look how fast I kill this wave right here. This is insane. That wave instant died with just one ability, which is amazing. Now, with the damage buff and just the same items on level 9, you can kill the Guan Yu bot. Granted, it doesn't have any items, but you can kill it relatively swiftly. It's pretty insane how much damage you dish out with that. All that tick really does help. Now, an absolute must on this build is Spear the Magus, or Magus, or whatever you want to call it. Pretty much, once you do damage to them, they take additional damage the more you hit them from all sources. So, meaning, the more tick you do to them, the easier the vulnerable to get. It's kind of like a Sunder. Usually, when I get when my second item is Sunder, look at what we do to a Guan Yu bot that's level 15. It's insane. Usually, you can get any other relic, really. Most of the time, I'll get Teleport, and then I'll get Horrific Emblem. But Sunder really does help, especially if you're 1v1ing a lot of people. Mystical Mail, I love getting Mystical Mail just for the initial tick. Another item I recommend on this build on top of it is Shield of Regrowth. It's really insane. You get a super movement speed buff. And when you do not sell Mannequin Scepter, get Mannequin Mace when you can upgrade it, because then you're going to be doing a fuckload of damage. You can get pretty much, I would say, follow these 4 items. You can get whatever you want at the end. If you want to switch it up a little bit, go for it. But this build, honestly, is my go-to build for Sylvanus now. It is absolutely insane. The amount of damage you can do, the amount of tick that goes on. Most people don't expect it. You have a heal on top of it. Like, look at what I do to this Ymir bot. Like, look, I absolutely destroy it. I eat its ult. It doesn't do shit to me. Boom. Just eat the hell out of it. The best thing about Sylvanus is that his level 3, right? If you have the tick on hunters, you pull them, they can't hit you with basic attacks while they're pulled. So you just pull them real quick, and then boom, your tick is going to most of the time do all the work. If not, Poly will do 10 times better for that. I'm absolutely destroying this Neef, but the another big thing though with this build is you're so squishy, hunters will shred you. So you have to be careful, especially with the later games with this build. Like I said, this build is a go in, balls deep in, you win it or lose it type build, man. But you gotta go for it with this Sylvanus build. Now let's go check out some games I've done, and I'll show you actual work in casual conquest. As you see right here, I'm getting bullied by Sobek, and Yanis is about to like eat my booty hole, and he's about to tackle me like the Romans. Instead, I just hard focus Yanis right here with my tick. Boom, hit him with the level 1 on top of it. I pretty much fuck him up, and I kill Sylvanus on top of it. Get a double kill just from pure tick. They're already low because they were pushing me super hard. I really didn't need anybody's help at this point. That's how insane this build is. Honestly, the ancient Romans couldn't even handle this build when they were mounting each other. Like, this build, it shows pure dominance like they did back in the day. Now, anyway, I'm going to cue some highlights for you guys and just give you a pretty much overview of how I overall did in the 2 matches I did for recording this. So, enjoy. Oh, I killed him. Oh, shit. Zoom. Straight pad, poopy head. Good time to recall and go back. Dickhead. Woo! Tick damage, baby!